Hello and welcome in, friends. On this day that is not a normal stream day, but our presence was requested by a friend to play some games, and well, it's hard to deny. So we're checking out the Lethal Company version 80 beta. I haven't played Lethal Company in probably over a year. I'm gonna fumble real hard, but we're gonna try our best, right? Because we're heroes. I is here again. Imagine playing Lethal. I know. It's been so long. My God. Graham Cracker, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate you, friend. Amber, thank you for the 2 months. Blondie, thank you for the 3. Hello. Hi, Carrie. Hi, friend. Darkest Joker, thank you for the 2 months. Astrock. Oh, my God. We are playing with Mr. Chinggis, and we are also playing with Mr. Baron. This should be a good time. If not a good time, at least a interesting time. You get to choose which, and we'll go from there. We shall see, friends. But hello, welcome. I hope you guys are having a good day. I don't know if any of you have off tomorrow, but if you do, GG's, let's go. I have off tomorrow, so I will get to chill and hang with the fam. Watching the Cursed Hollow VOD and this. Let's go. Hey, Death Becomes. Hello. Shanna. Hello. Good to see you. What's up, Callie? Macy. Hello. Where's this stuff in the things? Nope. Working. Yeah. Yeah. There's a few different holidays that I do have to work that others do not. Yeah. It's funny. My wife is like counting down the days. She's like, oh man, summer break is almost here. She's a teacher. Like, I don't ever have that feeling. I don't get that feeling ever. You have off too, Jester? Nice. I was on PTO and spent way too much adding features to my setup. Hey, listen, it's whatever brings you joy. That's what matters. That's all that matters. But I appreciate you guys being here. Again, it's a day that I don't stream, man. I did a very last minute announcement that was like, hey, I'm going to be playing Lethal tonight with friends. If you want to come hang out, man. Yeah. Wait, surprise stream? Yeah. Yeah. Little Iron Lady, thank you for the 22 months. Copper. Hi, friend. Copper, how are you? Thank you for the 17 months. And thank y'all for the treasure train. What the hell? It's been so long since I've seen Lethal. It has been so long since I've seen Lethal. I think it's honestly going to be the same for all three of us, that we have not played Lethal. Like, I was never a veteran of this game. I played for laughs, just for us trying to survive, which did not happen very often. It was more for fun. So this is literally going to be identical to that. I don't know if Mag eventually saw what happened to his teammates. Oh, God. I don't know if he did. I was watching him for a little bit. That's the last time I've seen any Lethal in quite some time. Yeah. How can I watch 3 streams at the same time? There are ways of doing it. I don't know if those third-party softwares are still active or not. Blue Splash, thank you for the 20 months. Bama, thank you for the 20 as well. What the hell? I have played Sea of Thieves. Yeah, it's been a while. I love when that game first came out on Xbox. I played it on release. Yeah, I didn't play it a ton, but I played a lot. And it was a beautiful game. Still is. Funny enough. Close. Thank you for the biddies. Appreciate you guys. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and get Lethal open now because I think they might be ready. And we're just going to get to rocking. Okay? Because I don't want them waiting on me. I'm not even going to go through the patch notes. Nope. We're just going to go for it, man. We're going full send. Full send. Been playing Retro Rewind a lot. I've also been playing it. They're in game now. Thank you. Yeah. Let me go ahead and launch the game now. Hey, Spider-Man. They ready? Let's go. I am also ready. I'm just going to try to join on them. I'm sure it'll work. All right. All right. Let's go. Hi, Juju. Okay. I can only assume, can only presume. There we go. Hopefully the in-game audio is working.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Nope.
Hey, hey,
Hey, get out of here.
hey! You get back
Hey,
here over
hey, you back off, mister. Hey,
hey,
No.
hey.
no.
Uh,
You. Is there only, oh man.
Look at that guy over there.
Hey, look at him.
He doesn't
Point and laugh.
Yeah.
He can't figure out how to do push to talk.
Wait, we're on push to talk.
We don't have to be, but I am. Wait a minute.
I tried to go to push to talk. It will not allow me to put a key binding for the input. So
What?
I'm on voice activation.
Do you have, do you usually use your mouse when you're doing like push to talk stuff?
Yeah.
And you hit the mouse button and it doesn't hit any key?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for a key binding.
Oh, weird. Okay. Listen, it'll work. It'll be fine. I forgot with the default that it's just the two things. Like you got the shimmy and the point. That's it. It's out, I think.
There's no twerking.
No, this is the closest we got. There you go.
Yep.
Mine also worked, Mayor. Mine worked instantly. Okay, all right, listen. Let me find you a spoon. Hold on. Yeah,
All right,
mine also
don't
worked.
you worry. I'm gonna take us someplace real good.
Real nice. Gonna get you something real special. Yeah, mine was fine too. Bunny, thank you for the 23 months. I assume they can't hear me because I don't see the mouse button. So it should be good. Thank you, guys. It's 30%, 35% off. Excuse me. He'll figure it out. I believe in Mr. Chingus.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're descending slowly onto the planet. This is 61 March.
Oh, this is nice. Oh my God, he's dead, Jim. Quickly, this way. Oh, oh shit. Oh, no.
I just hear, oh shit. So this is different.
Yeah, there's water. Okay, we might want to stick together.
Okay, so they changed, I know that they changed the outside of March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Drifter. Okay, I see this over here. Yeah, let's do the thing.
And isn't there a button that you can hit that you can scan or whatever?
Right click. Right click. When we get inside to scan for the stuff and the things. Yeah.
What is that over there?
What is that over there? Where do we go? Where do we go? Your voice was, can I go down there safely and show you what it sounded like?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to test and see what Oh, the sound is glorious. It's so good. I think so. Did we hear him for like a second?
I think he's still trying to figure out push to talk.
Okay. If he has to not have it on, it is what it is. We'll figure it out. This is different. I don't feel like this is right. Like I feel like we're heading to like a back door.
I mean, maybe I'm scanning, but I don't like I'm following the nice like pathway.
I can only imagine there's at least front/back, but I don't know beyond that.
Yeah.
All right. Man, the tall grass. I feel like that's going to come into play and bad things are going to happen. Oh, there's the ship. Okay.
All right, here. Wait.
Oh, wait.
We'll run past the ship and just
look straight ahead. Look straight ahead.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. We'll figure it out. Where's Chingus?
Ah! Get it done!
Listen, we're in this together. Drifter, thank you so much.
We're
homie.
going
Thank
on
you,
an
guys.
adventure.
We're going on an adventure. Okay, here's the other bridge. Is this going to fall if two of us are on it? Don't stop it. No, stop. Stop it. You bully.
We have to test stuff for science.
So I'm not sure what's new. I didn't read it on purpose.
I didn't either.
Figured we'd just go for it. Oh, I was like, man,
Yeah,
it's really dark. Oh, I was in you. All right. I guess we'll go with the light. Oh, I hear mine already. If I step on a mine, I'm gonna be really upset. A key. Hey, if there's any bad guys in here, I need you to go away, okay?
You have to say something.
You got to. Oh, that was a door. Jesus. Ooh, toilet paper.
Oh.
Oh my God, I can't see now. Okay.
That's not good.
No. Fun. Oh God. I think it was.
Okay, just take a left.
Oh, I saw in the corner of my eye, you piece of shit.
I didn't say there wasn't danger.
All right, I'm taking this with me. I'm out of here. Oh God. Hi, demon. All right. Which way do I go? Which way? I can't see anything. Why is the toilet paper so large? Who's gonna get Bracken hugged? Listen, I've got a couple of stuffed Lethal Company thingies up there from Break. She made me a Bracken, and she also made me a what you call him, the little bug guy. Wait, this doesn't feel right. Oh, maybe it is right. Okay. I'm assuming Chingus is still trying to figure it out. I found toilet paper in case you gotta go poopy. Okay, have fun. The Yippee, yeah, and she even had a little voice box in it that said Yippee. Wait, what did... Oh. Oh, I just walked across that. Okay, never mind. Chingus might have to restart his game.
I don't know how to fix that.
So apparently they said Chingus might have to restart his game. Are you trying to be... Are you trying to be a bee right now? It's spot on. I honestly thought there was one there.
I have a there's an echo.
There's an echo for who?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with the push to talk because I'm on. I'm on the other.
I was gonna say I hear no echo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming back through you.
Coming back through me.
Yeah. When I'm by myself, there's nothing. Hey, there's the freeloader.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Ah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
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 Okay. All right.
That was a pain in the ass.
Hello?
Everything you say, if his microphone is active, is coming through him. I'm not
way to go, Flash.
Check.
I'm not the only one with audio issues. Yeah.
Hey. Get that thing out of my face. I know where you put that.
No.
Okay,
No.
I
know where I put this.
Yeah.
I put it on some expensive steaks at PAX East. Oh God.
Hey, listen. By the way, look, Baron, we can see your little camera. Look.
Oh.
There's Chingus's.
Oh.
There's me. Look at that.
We only gotta get 130.
I like it.
Here.
I like it.
Pretty good.
All right, we're doing pretty good on the loots. We got some TP, we got kettle, we got the flask.
Yeah.
It's 5:15 already.
Yeah, well, whose fault is that, sir?
Yours, clearly.
Okay. Mr.
I mean,
sir.
Oh, I didn't fix the thing. Son of a bitch.
If you'd have been on the right version to begin with, I wouldn't be having these issues, okay? All right, that's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna leave it. F it. Guys, stop yelling. Okay, we can only share the TP so many times before we run out.
You know what?
Why was that
Get
so
us
aggressive?
out of here.
All right. Was there anything out here?
I can show you a world.
Thank you, Mayor.
Can I push him?
Shiny. Ah!
Yeah, I think I should. That's probably good.
Oh, of course, I'm the laziest.
Yeah.
Classic. I have no notes. That's right. That's perfection.
I'm a leader.
All right, let me do this. Notey.
All right. Okay.
Let's stay here.
Lethal.
Oh, by the way, Baron, happy birthday, buddy.
Company.
Oh. Wait, it's not my birthday.
It is your birthday.
It is not my birthday, sir.
But look what he got you. He got you this kettle.
I got some toilet paper. I cannot see a thing. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Try walking back to the ship with that thing.
Oh my God.
All right, let's do this. Ah!
Where'd we go now? Oh, he's right there.
I'm okay. Welcome to Vow.
Hard
Yep.
level C. Hazard
Look
level
at the
C.
grass.
I don't know which way we're supposed to go.
Wait, he said this is Val?
This way looks quest worthy.
Isn't Val this way?
Wow.
I think so.
It's been a while, but I feel like it was this way.
It has been a hot
There
minute.
it is. Apocalypse, thank you
I
for the
have
10
stamina now.
months. Siren, thank you for the 6 months.
I have
Appreciate
pretty
you,
shitty
friends.
stamina on top of it,
Yeah,
too.
so you've got two different ways. You got this way, which will eventually break. So I'm going to hurry up and run across before it does. Oh, God, run.
That's a
Run. Baron's
myth.
coming to jump. He's going to jump. He's going to jump. You hear it cracking?
See? Look. Totally fine. Totally. See? Oh, just acting like that for no reason. See? Look at that. See?
Can't believe it's still there.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my God. Scooby, thank you for the 14. Raid, thank you for the 10.
Oh, this is different.
Oh, it gives you this interior. Nice. Okay, we got to go inside.
Oh, hi.
Nobody fat.
Pickles!
Why are you yelling about pickles?
I don't know.
Pickles?
Oh,
I got the generator. I'm going to start working on it.
all right, we're out of here. It's like a gaming console. Oh, hey, how are you? All right. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? What is that? Is that a mine? Hello? Hello? Hey, Wild West, I'm good. How are you?
Flash?
Yeah.
Are you really Flash?
Depends. Does the real Flash have the key to your heart?
Aw, he most certainly does.
Wrong, it's the other key. Oh, shit. Barrett.
Hello? Ew, what is that? Flash!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What is that?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Zap you.
Is he gonna take loot?
Is he gonna take your stuff?
I'll see you later, all right? He's fine. What's the worst that's gonna happen, guys? It's just a BB. It's just a BB. It's fine. Look, someone's got to get the scrap to the vehicle, okay? All right, should I go back down and see if he's okay? Nah. He was still alive. Okay. I feel like I have no purpose down there. I have no weapon. I could go sacrifice myself, but is that even worth it? Okay, I'm going back down one more time. One more time. All right, here we go. Player, thank you for the gift of the yellow, by the way. I got you, big guy. I got you, buddy. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna go a big farm. Okay. Do you guys think Baron's okay? Wait, let's do this. Let's do this. Can I do this and get him? No. All right. How much is that worth? That's 61. That's a dead Chinggis. Baron!
Hey! Oh my God!
I found a doll for you.
Oh.
I'm gonna go this way. You can go that way.
Well, no, this way's faster. Just come over this way.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just go over
Go
this
ahead.
way,
I
bro.
believe in you. You're fine.
It's
Why is
quicker
Chinggis all
this way.
glitchy? Okay. If that falls. Holy shit! Barrett? Pet the kitty with what? My dead Chinggis? Just like... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop, don't look at me. Stop looking at me, clown!
We have tried to get
Oh my god, Baron.
Ah!
Bah! Bah! Bah!
Yeah!
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Ah! I think that's how you get them out. I don't know.
Oh my god.
And hold on. We had Patch still on board.
Don't don't get rid of friend. He is literally friend shape. Look at all the little red dots.
No.
They, I don't know how to tell you this.
They take him?
They just stole Chinggis.
Oh, no. He's fine. Oh shit. No, he's over. He's right by the ship. We just gotta go. We gotta go out to the left. Listen, we'll do it together. All right, it'll be fine.
Nano, do you see what they
Dang
do?
it! Don't worry, we're coming.
Sorry, thank you for the 60 months. Crazy D, thank you for the 39. What do you want me to do?
We'll come out here and provide distraction.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't like it, Barrett. I don't like it.
Ah!
Oh my god, you sack of shit. Leave me alone! Barrett, run! Barrett? Uh-oh. Oh my god, they're both dead. Okay, do I just leave? Oh, he gives you the total. We got 413. I know we're gonna get a penalty for their bodies, but I feel like I'm gonna die if I go get them. This seems like a just leave kind of moment. Just know that I'll never forget you and your sacrifice. Shut up, you stupid cat. My God. He fed. Poor Jenkins. Most paranoid? Yeah, that sounds right. Definitely just leave. All right, that might have been a double.
Wow.
That might have been a double whammy. So
I was surviving, sir.
I was so
and you
shocked
brought
to go
the elevator
downstairs.
back, and then I was ready to dip into it, and you're like, nope. And then the thing was all like, I'm gonna fucking eat you now.
There was no verbal confirmation. I was like, all right, well, I think he's dead. And as I'm going up, I see her stop sign moving.
I was telling Chad, I was like, that son of a bitch left me to die.
I did.
So I see Flash
did.
taking Chinggis, right? I see you going across the other way, right? And I was like, hey, everything's fine over here. And I'm standing there watching, and I see that like that lion thing that like came down that like
Oh, the
started
thing scared
to
the
attack
crap out of me.
And I was like, I bet Flash wishes he was over here right now. And literally, as soon as I said that, my bridge collapsed.
He was over there just jumping away, having a good old time. Hi, Roxy.
That is
I'm
not
playing with
structurally sound.
Chinggis and Baron.
All right.
Well, that was a good start.
We still have another day. We're good.
And
We're
we have over 400
Yeah.
loot, and we need 130 for quota. We're rocking.
Yep, should be good. This one should be pretty easy to get there.
All right. Where are we going?
This one says Eclipse. No, it is Eclipse.
Well, not sure what that means.
Means something.
I remember this. I remember. No, uh-oh, it's okay. Missed this game. It's been a while. We need to buy flashlight stat. All right, are they going to the main or are they coming back over this way? No, it is not eclipsed. No, it's fine. Let's assume that they're going the normal route. Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I was like, which way is the turret facing? Oh my God, run. Locked. Hello? Oh, well, that was interesting. Isn't that a robot? No, that's a baby.
All right, I think, hold on. I think it's safe, but let me take a look. It's not safe.
I think it's safe. Hello? Oh, yeah,
You should be careful.
Okay, thank you.
There you are.
Oh my God. I'm gonna die. I'm dead. Okay, I'm dead. Okay. I kind of deserved every bit of that.
Hello?
Yeah, you okay?
Are you okay? I'm gonna stay here with my red solo cup.
He does have a red solo cup. What's Baron have? He doesn't have anything to hit it. Oh, what'd he find? You can't zoom in and out? Sad. Happens to the best of us, you know? Look, you're so close to the player. Yeah, I'm broken. Oh, he found bottles. Okay, skied up, bot up.
Woo! Do not go in there.
Oh, now Baron left Chinggis. This seems familiar. This is the second time that he's been left. I don't know where the baby went. I heard it and it sounded like the robot thing. I was confused. He's dead. Who, Baron? Oh, you mean Chinggis? No, he's okay. Is that his feet or is that enemy feet? Got here. What is this? Lethal Company.
Please tell me you like this game. Oh yeah.
Oh, Coilhead. Man, haven't seen one of them in a long time.
Hey! You son of a bitch!
Hey, guys!
You cheating son of a bitch!
So that's what it looks like from his point of view. I was curious about that.
He's proud.
Oh, look, he's setting it back down. Coach! Oh, hi, Coach. Look, he sent it back down. Coach, what'd you do on your stream? Oh, Baron was on top of it. Look.
Hello, Clarice.
Was doing Shield Retro Rewind. Oh, that game is so good. I've been absolutely loving it. Loving it. Nightly, thank you for the 40 months. Hello.
How did that even happen?
So
Got my tooth
So
pulled
I
yesterday. I was
thought
trying
that I
to
would
be
be.
calm. I understand.
I thought that. Okay. All right, there we go. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was stuck there for a second.
Is there really no way to zoom
what
in now?
happened to What happened to Flash?
I don't know.
I don't
What do you
know.
mean? What do you mean you don't know?
I honestly don't know.
They were
what
right
happened to
there when
you?
I died.
Why were you running?
I was already
What
here.
was I
Thank you,
running?
Aldi.
What do you think?
I don't
I
know.
did something to Flash?
I came
I am.
downstairs.
I'm playing with Chingus and
Dude,
with
I
Darren.
went into a worm's butthole and I pulled out a number of items and now I'm here.
What does that even mean?
Okay, so maybe we took the long way when we went up and around.
Interesting. It's not the long way. That's the way to go. You can't go. I don't know if he remembers this map at all. Worm butthole.
Flash, you okay, sweetie?
I'm good. Thank you. I'm dead. He can't hear me.
Oh, see, he's right there.
That red
Totally.
solo cup's worth 30 bucks? It's an expensive solo
It's a-
cup.
Well, yeah, it's a
That's all right. We'll just use this time to
Good
hang out
lord.
and chat.
limited edition.
All right, where's
Coach,
we
I don't
gotta
know the
go for
last time
Flash's
that you.
body. Where
I don't know
is
the
that?
last time you
All right.
played this.
Well,
It's
it's
been like a year
downstairs.
for me.
Well, clearly,
Let's go.
but where?
Let's go. Let's go. We gotta go quick.
I'm interested to see if any of the baddies meet them outside.
What
do I think of what? What the hell is that? Why is he Indiana Jones all of a sudden? Yeah, I found a really big cat. Love the 24/7 channel. I appreciate that, friend. Timmy, thank you for the follow, by the way. Coach, I appreciate you. It's on the other side of the wall, but I can't.
Oh no! 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 No!
Love Smudge. Oh, Love Smudge. Oh, Smudge.
No, dude, I'm sorry!
You son of a bitch! You coward!
Why did he leave him? Why did he do that? He went down, saw him carrying my body, and left. He said, "You coward."
Go! 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 Go!
I got it!
There's a bloody corpse. I got cornered by turrets. You coward!
His body's so glitched out and stuck on something down there. Where's his head, Baron? What did you do with his head?
It's fine. I didn't do anything.
I'm lost. I'm gonna explain what's going on.
We're gonna get him
Man, I
right
hate
back,
that I can't
and
zoom
he's
out.
gonna
That's
be
really
fine.
aggravating. So we have to go in. If you have no idea what this game is, you have to go in and collect scrap, and then you return it to the company. You have to meet a quota. If you don't meet the quota, you die. So we were going in to get scrap. I got cornered by turrets, and now I'm dead. So he's carrying my corpse. Love when you three play. It's always a blast, no matter what happens with these two. All right, so Chingus is back on the sheep.
It is a looter extraction game. So we go in.
I'll let him
there's things
explain.
that want to kill us. We don't know what's in here. Everything is procedurally generated, and we try to gather as much as we possibly can to fulfill a quota. So think repo, but this was like
You're
the
a
first
quota.
repo. You're a quota.
Yeah, this came out long before Repo did, actually. This is the first one of the friend slap games that got really big.
Yep.
I voted to leave.
No, 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 no. Oh, God, what did you do?
I didn't. He's fine. He's fine.
On my screen, it's fine.
Oh, my God.
I'm assuming my head's
okay.
outside of the ship for him.
What did
He's
you
not
do?
Okay, what did you do?
You left me.
You can't. I don't want to hear it, sir. I was
I
trying to get in
do.
the elevator
Lazy.
before,
Okay.
and you left me. How does it
Oh,
feel?
mods
huh?
make it a lot of fun.
How does
for
it
sure.
feel?
It hurt. That's
are
how
you
it feels.
okay? Are you?
I
you're
came
just
back for you.
You did.
Can I poke
I
it?
appreciate it. He came down, saw you carry my corpse, and said, "Nah, not today," and left. There was a point in time where I found out a way, which I know nothing, to make a mod
Sell the
where
other
I
goods.
had 90s posters on the walls in the ship.
Didn't you say we have 2 days left?
We have 0 days left,
what I
sir.
heard? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Wait,
So
are
I
we supposed to go
suggest
to
that we
the
don't
company
sell-
right now?
You have to
Yeah,
go to the
that's right.
company right now,
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Okay.
where the company resides. Yeah, it says that. It's right there.
I got it, fellas.
Let's go.
I recommend that we
Still
don't
left, I
sell
think, you coward.
everything. And we only sell what the quota
Okay.
Got
tells
it.
us.
Sell everything.
Roger that. Everything's
God.
gone.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
go. Hey, has this guy changed or what? Is he still a butthole? Okay.
I'm just ringing the bell, sir.
Also, when you first put the 90s commercials in game, yeah.
See, everything's fine.
Wait, it's open, right? Is it open?
It is open.
Okay. What do you do with those pickles, Chingus?
Why is it still open?
Your work keeps the company happy.
Yay. Our work keeps the company happy. Because we did it. Because we did it. We did
We
it.
did it.
We did it.
Yay.
We
We did.
We did it. We did
We
it.
did it.
We did it. Yeah.
Oh, are we going to buy flashlights? See ya.
I mean, I think that would be a good thing.
Oh my God, this went south so fast.
He'll be fine. Please enter favorite animal. Monkey. Describe your role in a team dynamic. Yes. I win. Hey, Cyber, how are you? It felt right.
I already put him down. You can't pick him back up once you put him down.
All right. Pro flashlight. So, oh God.
Yeah.
Flashlights 15.
So
Flashlights are 15. Pro are 28. I don't know if we want to splurge or if we want to wait. Dora the Explorer.
That's a really good question. I mean, we have $280. I just say we splurge. I
Yeah.
mean, we haven't played in forever. What's the worst that
Pros?
could happen? Yeah, let's get pros. I think they still spawn down over here.
I imagine so. It keeps typing because I have my mouse keybind. Listen, we don't have the mods to make it fast, okay? It takes a
Yeah, I
second.
know.
Let
Yeah, I
it
forgot about
breathe,
that.
man. You okay, big guy?
Yeah, I'm okay. You should check it out down there. Oh, hey, what's up here?
Doctor Who.
Oh.
Oh, I think this is where Breath Boys was invented.
Oh, it goes on our belt now.
Yeah, you've got a
Hell yeah.
utility thingy now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, look at that. My logo's almost in the top left. Look at that. Saw bunny suit.
Hey.
Oh, in the store.
Wait a minute.
You're what now?
My logo is in the top left. Look. Almost.
You get it? Because it's a flashlight. I mean,
And also the lightning bolt in between the come on.
That's what I was shopping for the other night. Flashlights.
Oh.
God damn it.
Great ass.
Great ass.
Great ass.
All right.
What, 235 now? Okay.
Oh my
Oh, we
God.
got it
We're gonna be able
already.
to
It's
see
fine.
everything. This is gonna be great.
Never mind. We don't want to go there.
All right, let's see here. If I just do like this, then we go.
Are we letting him drive?
Yeah, why not?
And then.
I just figured just roll the fucking dice, I guess, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of the main part.
Offense.
No
Okay.
no offense.
I see what you did there.
Y'all Dora the Explorer now. We could be, you don't know. I love your soul.
Love your soul.
Stop it, Ron. Stop.
Oh.
I feel like you can make that jump. I feel like you can make that.
Probably, I think you can.
You can.
It's
Yeah,
probably
we've done it
part
before.
of the strat. Yeah.
Long time ago when we played this game a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
It's been quite a while.
In a galaxy far away, I was looking for some scrap.
All right.
And the guy named Bird came in
Barry, okay?
with
It's like
some
grabbing your,
fuzz upon
side
his
there.
chin. Tried to kill us.
Why am I getting stuck on shit? What? Why am I getting stuck?
We're just. I was dead.
The saga begins. Thank you, Drifter. All right, to the front door. I don't know where they are. I assume they're trying to figure out how to get here. Yep.
Hey!
Hey!
Are you dancing?
Yeah, it's over here.
Are you dance? Are you?
Am I dance? I could be.
I'm dancing too.
That's great. I'm leaving.
Aw.
Hey, Mr. 420. Hello. On a Thursday? I know. All right, we wait for Mr. Chinggis. Where's Barrett?
He's messing around on bouncing mountain to mountain.
Oh. All right. Do we leave him?
I killed him. What?
Do we leave him or wait for him? Oh. Just seems awfully close to be dancing like this.
Hey, you're a VIP employee. Did you know that?
You're a VIP employee. Okay. You think that water's toxic?
Oh.
Spicy.
Well, that's a thing.
That's locked. Oh. Oh. Well, I'll be streaming on Sunday. I'd say. Oh, finally, he's dead. Oh, shit. Hey, Barrett.
Oh, hey! Say hello to my little friend. They'll get you every time. You're gonna be,
Weep poo poo.
oh, you're gonna be faster than that. Je? Je m'appelle un whippopo. Here, Chickens, take the shot. Take the shot. You can do it. You can do it, Chicken.
You can die if you want to.
He doesn't see me.
You said we're teaming?
He sees me.
Use his body to block it.
Yeah, right. It's the body's fun. Oh, God.
Oh, is that the mask? Oh my God.
What happened?
I found a bunch more Chinggis pancakes.
No, no.
Careful, SpongeBob. All right. Oh, it's locked. I don't have a key on me.
Go through this.
Okay.
Go through this way.
Right, can
Okay,
we
we can't go through that way.
go? Okay. Son of a bitch. You mother fricker. I hope another one spawns for you. We really are just like trapped on this side over here. There's really nowhere to go.
Yeah. There is nothing over here.
No, nothing. There's a turret though. Yee. Oh. Yo. Yoinks and
Ready?
yoinks.
Fire, fire,
Pow, pow. Oh,
wait,
we gotta
wait.
go. We gotta go. Bear, we gotta go.
Yeah.
I think it was a thumper. I think it was a thumper. I heard it. I saw its little leggy sticking out. How did it get through? That's garbage. Crusty curtains. Hello. Well, I have this mask and a flashlight.
Alright.
You sending him? Are you about to send him back down?
Well, maybe if he feeds, he won't come after us. I don't know.
Wow.
I haven't played this in forever. Do you know that that's not how it works? I don't know.
I'm about to feed our friend. I feel like I'm getting stuck on stuff.
Yeah, I feel like there's more stuff around here.
Did you hear like thumpy thumps?
I heard. Yeah. I
Okay,
heard, like,
you also heard the thumpy thumps. Okay.
I did. Oh. Oh.
I don't see anything though.
Alright. Well, I think it's too late in the evening now. I think this place is just kind of a wash.
I think so too.
All right.
All right, we have 263. We have quota right now.
Oh, what does this do?
Don't you effing dare, Aaron.
Oh,
I swear to God. Barrett. That's- That's what he gets. Got his flashlight. That son of a bitch. That sack of shit. Deceased. Good.
Gigantic disc over here.
Oh.
Listen, sir, it was a
It's okay.
pancake and it looked delicious.
By the way,
Alright.
I saved your flashlight, you two-timing bag of crap. There you go.
Oh,
I
that's
saved
mine
both
now.
of yours. I have mine still.
Oh, wow. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Listen, we couldn't find anything in there. It's like we might as well come up with something.
Flash takes good care of
I
it.
take good
Hooray.
care. I got you. It's okay.
That was pro gamer moves right
It
there.
is a very
man.
barren thing to do, and I guess I
Was
just
just-
I should have
was
kept
just like
it on me the whole
seconds.
time.
I had a flashlight for 45 seconds.
You know, I stood back and
To be
stared
fair,
at that
I
mine,
thought
just
that it was
knowing.
gonna be. I thought that it required you to like actually put it in front of your face for more than like half a second.
Well, no, it's after you do it so many times.
Well,
There's
I
apparently a
didn't
few
know.
new monsters. I believe so. Travis, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you so much, Athena. Thank you for the 10 months. Hello, friends. Where are we going? Oh,
Experimentation.
classic.
Yeah.
It's funny. We immediately go to the ones that are not the original. Like, yeah. Start spicy.
Which one's the original?
This one.
This is the original. Yeah.
This is where you always start.
Oh.
Ladder
It's
hump.
just an
I always started
experiment.
hard.
Like, I remember using crowd control with this and getting absolutely massacred. It was really funny, though. All right, what do we got?
Nothing yet.
A flask. Is that it in this room? Really? That's some hogwash. I have not seen Benjamin's. Wait. Can I not trigger the flashlight while it's in my pocket? Like, do I have to pull it out like this to use it? Oh, was it a mod for us to do it the other way? How's it going?
Found the thing.
What is the thing?
Thing.
The mod for the flashlight. Is it the, you talking about the core? Oh, yeah. Don't do that. All the lights will go, okay, all right, well.
I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Something gets buried?
Really nice, sir. Real original. What's over here? Jared.
He's outside.
What?
He's outside.
Oh, all right. I heard that shit.
You heard what?
I heard that shit. Something's venting.
Is that a no-no?
I don't know. Something's venting. I heard it. I heard it creeping through the vent.
I have a dustpan.
We can use that for something.
Dust stuff.
For dust and stuff.
Dust and stuff.
Nothing. Spooter.
Nope.
It could be spider. It could be bracken. It might be yippee. I don't know if they use the
It
vents.
could be a flea.
It could be all the things and more. All
Wait,
right.
so which one did we come in at? This one over here?
We came from the stairs. All right. I don't see anything. That sounded like a spider.
Yeah.
Or a yippee?
Oh, it's a yippee.
Which it doesn't say yippee. Right
This
there,
isn't
right?
the way.
Wait for what?
Wait, what?
What?
I'm so turned around right now.
What are you trying to find?
Nothing?
Okay.
Loot?
Success? I don't.
I kind of feel that actually.
Hi. Well, that's not a yippee. So we do have yippies, but we also have what we also thought we had. So there's yippies that have collected items, and there's a spooter dead ahead.
Okay.
So that sucks.
My flashlight's about dead.
Okay, let's go out this way.
Okay.
We could always recharge flashlight and go to the back door.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a necessity.
Giant spider. Okay, time to burn the entire building to the ground. I'm okay with this.
We've got to remember that we don't have the healing thing.
Oh yeah, you're right. The health station thingy from the ship.
Yeah, that's a mod.
Yeah. I like to put the arachnophobia mode on just for the word spider. That is pretty funny. Yeah, it was Thorlar's health thingy. It was one of the first things he made in the game. All right. Are we assuming Mr. Ballon is alive? He
I
is
think we are.
alive.
He's carrying loot.
He is carrying loot. What is the ×8? Is that the door number? Or the...
I think so.
Or is that a turret? Oh,
Or
it's a turret.
mine. Oh, that's a turret. Can we disable them, right?
I think you can. I just don't remember exactly how all that worked. You can also check to see how much loot there is on the planet. if I recall that correctly as well.
Only 6 items left in there.
All right, he's on his way back here now.
Okay.
There's
All
all
right, so we
6?
just wait. There's only 6 items left in there. Yeah.
Okay. And Baron, we trust. Hey, big boy.
Hey, gentlemen.
How
Hey,
you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Alpha Raven, thank you for the gifted.
Oh,
Oh, you got a dustpan too. Oh, you got another dustpan.
yeah. You could say we were
Oh, wait, I had this down me.
cleaning up.
Whoops.
Oh, you got a flask.
I forgot I had an item on me.
Oh, of course. Flash is drinking again.
Oh, hey, listen, it's a hard job.
All right, we ready to go back in there?
I don't know if there's much to go back in there for.
Yeah, we did a scan thing. There's nothing left to do in
Well,
there. It's
that was
not worth
also
it.
that was also before we just dropped off 3 or 4 items. There might be
Yeah.
like 2 left now.
Yeah.
Lizard!
that's
Thank you
2
for the 28
for the
months.
company.
Hello.
Well, get your ass in there.
What the hell did you just call me?
Wow.
Listen here.
Hey,
Listen here. All
hey,
right.
I will shine
Wait,
the living balls out
Oh,
of you.
son of a. Wow, Mighty Chingus, laziest employee.
Lazy again.
It's fine. Listen.
Out of curiosity, how did
Mm-hmm. How did what?
I saw the
Huh?
the thing had closed?
What?
I was so concerned. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nope.
I don't know what he's talking about either.
No idea.
Ads are about to happen, friends. Just a heads up.
There we go.
Just a heads up.
We are good to go.
Where are you taking us, Baron?
We're going to.
Offense. Offense.
Adamants.
Adamantium?
Yeah. Just don't pull the.
Oh, okay.
You son of a bitch.
Dear sweet God. King, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Lizard. Oh, Black Betty. Nailed it.
I am not dead.
First
but
try.
I'm critical.
It has a hazard level of B. Is it a higher letter or a lower letter in alphabet's bad?
Oh,
Is
that's
like
a great.
A the worst?
Right, that's a really good question, actually.
Because that last one was a D.
Are we going Disneyland? I don't know if we're going to Disneyland.
It always
Yeah,
was
we
Skippy and
destroyed it.
Spider.
See, this time we're not being blocked by a huge butthole mountain. So there we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been first hello.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, Phasmo came out with a huge update 2 days ago. That's why we're playing Lethal Company.
It makes sense if you don't think about it. All right, come on. Water's fine.
That's
That's how we prepare.
I would love it if there was just a gun right.
Oh
in
my
the
god, a
entrance.
turret facing inside of this would be.
Oh!
Hey, Baron.
Hey, how are ya?
How you?
I should learn to keep my mouth shut.
It came up with him. Look.
It did. Oh no!
How did it get up there?
It went up the elevator with
It was
you.
coming with. It was coming with.
Bodies. Oh my god! I had no
Wow.
stamina.
Wow. Holy hell, dude.
Oh, right.
We did so good.
I'm
Laziest
still the
employee.
laziest. I'm still the laziest. It's fine.
I should keep my mouth shut.
Oh
We
man,
lost-
we are
we
so
lost
gonna get
everything.
fired.
We're out of days.
All right, let's go to the company. We might as well go to something else and just go sacrifice. We have 0 loot. But wait, I have this
We're gonna
key.
make it. Ah.
Aha!
And I have one too.
Aha! Do you
Aha! Do you have one? I am the key master.
have a key? I'm his sidekick.
Oh.
Key boy.
Yeah. Are you the gatekeeper?
I am.
Those
I
lazy,
am the
those lazy
gatekeeper.
employees. They don't
I
have
am.
keys. You know. What happened? So we got out of the elevator, and when we
All right,
did,
I'll see you guys down there. Bye.
all right, have fun. I miss you. And when we got out of the elevator, there was a thumper waiting for us, and we all died. Also, it felt. Hey, where's Baron's corpse?
Oh.
Oh, there he is. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What the fuck? Why am I being served an ad? What the hell? Hey, it's a friend. Come back. No, come here. Come here. I want to talk to you. What the hell? Chingus? Chingus? I should go back down there and let the butthole be. All right, let's go back down. But it's for a bunny. Yeah, but it wouldn't let me do anything about it. It just said... Oh my God, it's a dog. Listen. Hey, can you go away? I'm trying to do something here if you don't mind. Nerd. Oh, look at him. He's an idiot. Oh, look at him. He's so dumb. Oh, hey, right here. Grab my niblets. Oh. Hi, Dorito. No, nothing. Nothing. All right, you can just have me. There we go.
Genius has been in the van.
What's he doing in here?
Time.
I was gonna go down and let the worm eat me.
Time. Yeah, the entire time.
What does he think we're doing?
I don't know. He's being a van princess.
Oh.
All next round, he's got to redeem himself. He's the van princess.
No work, no keys for him.
Nope.
We finished the ads on Twitch, and then the game
Then
gave us
he
an
won't
ad.
even leave the
Hey,
ship.
did you have a ad for a bunny suit pop up on your screen?
I did not. No, but I did hear music.
Okay, yeah, I had like an ad that was like for a limited time bunny suit, but you couldn't do anything.
Oh yeah.
That was interesting. He literally left.
He left on a suicide run.
Discounts for in-game. Okay, was it just letting me
Oh
know that
my
there was a
God.
discount maybe?
I'm giving him so much shit. I'm giving it to him. All right, Dan Princess. Wow, did you even touch soil that round?
I'm sorry, who was the laziest employee that round?
You?
No, it was you.
As you have not met the proper
Oh yeah?
Game on.
Hold on, it's happening.
Wait,
I got my
we'll be fine.
surfboard.
process.
We'll be fine.
Everybody, quick!
I'm
on
running.
here.
If I run, I can't leave. If I run. Okay, we're fine. Hey, what up, Pickles? How we doing? We're doing good. We did not meet the quota. It was a suicide run, and he stayed in the ship. All right, let's go.
Oh, hey, how's it going, new employees?
Let's go.
Oh.
We took 63,000 steps. It says
Welcome to your
Flash took
first day
about
on the
30.
job.
I took about 30.
This is
Chingus
your
took
very
about
own
2,000
part-time
steps.
job, where you will eat and sleep for the duration of your
I
contract.
feel like this is PAX all over again.
Oh no, not again.
Make yourself at home. To complete
Thank
the
you.
onboarding process, you will want to check the instruction manual and
Beeple
sign
bobble, beeple
into
bobble,
your
beeple
ship's
bobble.
computer
Man, the
terminal.
mods really
We
do kick
trust
it up
you
a
will be
notch, don't
great
they?
asset to the
Oh, they
company.
really
do.
do.
Great
Yeah.
asset to the company.
I mean, if you can't
Great
twerk,
asset.
what's the
Oh.
point?
Well, the ability to like that head cam one where you can see a high def version of somebody's cam, like that's required.
Yeah.
Yeah, the quality of life ones are good.
Yeah,
I'm just
lots
not
of
down with
quality of
like the
life.
big giant
Don't you do it, Darren.
heads and crazy other shit too.
Yeah. There we go. Nailed it.
Wow.
If he actually dies. Okay. Okay. You okay, big guy?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I thought that was curtains. I thought he was dead. Oh, wait. This was the wrong way, right? Wait. Or is this a way? I thought I looked over to the left and saw a thingy. Barrett and I did this last time. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I can't get out. I can't get out. I'm gonna die. What? Oh, I almost pulled a Baron. Oh, I did see something over here. Oh God, can I make that? Yeet. Yeah, I saw this in the distance. I knew I saw something. Fuck it. Oh, there's another. Where's this one go? Oh, it's in the goddamn waterfall. What the hell? Why are there two so close to each other? Hey, Dark Wolf, how are you? This, what the hell good is this? March has a lot of fire exits. Yeah, but there's no purpose for that one. I don't think there's a purpose. Hello. Hey, Tracy Lynn, how are you? Oh, is that the front door? What the? Hey!
Oh, hey, how are you?
Hey, how are ya?
There's nothing that way. Just go straight where Chingus is.
You mean that Chingus?
Yeah, Chingus only had two things, I think.
Okay.
Sir, I have a key, okay?
I found a fire exit this way.
Oh.
I found two fire exits, actually. Hey, Blue Star, you're good.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess technically going to the front door would probably be faster. Right? I'm good.
That was productive.
He said that was productive. Is it over there? What did the update all entail? So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% sure. We purposefully did not read the patch notes because kind of wanted to go in blind. I do know that there's like 3 new enemies. Beyond that, uh-oh. Y'all didn't see shit. Can I recover that? Hold on. I think I can. Imagine playing lethal. Okay. Can I?
He's right there.
Hi.
He's right there. He's all right. He's right there.
I found metal.
Flash!
Ooh.
Oh my God, Flash!
what happened?
Hey, how are you? Are you okay? What happened?
There are 10 items in there still.
I got a gift!
Oh my God, look at that fat nut.
Don't pick that up. No,
I hate it.
Great ass.
Oh, look what I have over here.
I don't know why you guys do that weird thing with your voice.
Oh, no, I'm gonna
Don't you
die.
do it.
Don't you do it?
I'm almost dead, goddammit.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
No.
Dude. Happy Easter.
Yay, Easter!
All right, so
Yay!
fat.
Yeah, thanks.
Are we going back?
Such fat. So there are 10 items still in there,
I'm almost
and it's
dead.
only 350.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering when you guys are going to start pulling your weight, you know?
You know what? If this guy
Oh.
dies,
Okay. All right. Okay.
It was intended for it. Wait, Bear, can you back up? Can you back up a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
back up?
yeah.
There we go. That's better.
And
Now we're talking.
no.
Salvage King, thank you for the
All right.
Okay. Are we going? Are we staying?
Yeah,
What are we
let's
doing?
Hi, oh Silva, away!
So my health is extraordinarily low. I feel like I should stay here and be a camper. I think it would be in my best interest. Man, you can barely see what's on that camera. Like, what the hell's the point of even having that? No, I haven't seen him. Look at this. Look at this camera. I'm supposed to be able to see what that is. What the hell? I guess you can kind of see it. Do use mods. Oh, we do. Like, when I used to play Lethal back in the day, we did use mods. But this is the version 80 beta, and we're not using any mods. We're not using a single one. I thought swimming was supposed to be good for your health. Well, apparently not the swimming that we do. This is what happens when you never call, sir. Okay, eventually. This is the first time I've touched Lethal in like over a year. Maybe you need a new prescription. Oh, it could be. I don't see. No mods. No. There's mods in the game. It's just that we are going vanilla so we can experience what the update's like. There's no outdoor creatures. Oh, there's an outdoor creature. I thought I heard a little scampering. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I see a Benjamin's. Hi, Poots. Do you see him there? You see him in the distance? Look. Dead ahead. You better back off. Back. Back off, idiot. F you. Go home. Yeah, that's right. Work comes early. Time to hit the old dusty trail. Good night, mister. I appreciate you, friend. It's feeding time. It might inevitably happen. Where's Friendly? Tingus is near Benjamin's. What the hell?
He's dead! He's dead!
What was that sound? Hey, what was that sound? Was that you?
Yeah.
You
that was
son of a
great.
bitch.
Yeah, dog, I got you.
God damn it. I hope that Benjamin eats you. Benjamin, eat him.
No, don't you put that juju on me, sir.
I don't know if Chinggis is doing good.
Where are you, Chinggis? Why can't I find you? Where have you gone? Oh, start the band. Start the band. Start the band. Let's
Oh,
get out of
no.
here. Let's get out of here. He's dead. He's dead, Jam. I think
Oh, no.
Chinggis drowned. Why can't we no more? Chinggis is gone away. It's time to say goodbye to Chinggis. No!
I didn't know that there was a dog. I didn't know that there was a dog out there. I didn't know. Oh man, I was so lazy.
Oh my god.
I had no idea.
Oh my god.
Sir.
I shut the door and it immediately growled.
That was
Man.
an amazing watch. I
After
gotta
that
say
beautiful,
that was an amazing
beautiful
watch.
song that you sang for Chinggis.
I know.
Yep.
I had to jump in the water to avoid the giant, and then
You guys wonder
I
why I play games
For
like
some
this.
reason, I can survive in space, but I drown in water. So
That
yeah,
was
it's
so
fine.
funny. It was just mid-song. I was like, oh, that'll be a funny little haha growl. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. I was like, oh no, and then I heard it,
dawned on
and I
him.
turned around, and it ate my face.
Oh, my God.
Like, well, all right. Hello.
I'm fine. Just breathe, man. Just breathe. My eyes. They're weeping. Oh my god. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Ah, we've got Beehive.
You know what to do, Captain.
All right! Ow! Go!
Pedal to the metal,
You know
Commander.
what to do, Captain.
All right, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do this.
Come on, pet them bees. Let's go. He's gonna pet them bees. He's gonna pet them bees. Oh shit, he's getting chased by bees.
He's not petting them bees over there. Yes, he is. He's petting them bees.
Pet them bees. Let me pet them. Oh, he's gonna pet the shit out of you. Oh, you're not even ready. Run, Bear, run! Run, Bear, run! You got this, run! Uh-oh.
Come on, strong kick for the red.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah,
All right,
you did
Pet
it.
the bees.
All right, there we go.
It is
Wait, where are
on
we?
Hey,
the
Robbie,
ship.
think of the 9 months.
We are in to share
See, I
it.
had to change my name a bit. Someone started using my name
Okay.
streaming. Wow, I never thought. Oh, did you really? I didn't know that.
Wonderful job.
Hey, I got the bees on board.
You did get the bees on board.
So if
Can
I
we get those
die,
bumper
once you
stickers?
start-
Bees on
I
board?
got the bees on board.
If I die, you guys are gonna have to get the bees on the inside.
We got
the
this.
ship.
Easy peasy, dude. Easy peasy. Blondie, it's just, oh, it cracks me up. Easy peasy pea. All right, what do we got? Who wants cookies?
Cookie mold. I want cookies.
I got you, big guy. Oh, there's nothing in there. You want cookies?
Nothing in there. I got another key.
Hey, let's go. I do too. Cookies and keys, cookies and keys. Cookies and
Oh,
keys.
oh,
Cookies and keys.
I got another key. Look at me go.
You're my hero. I can't see shit.
And there's nothing down here.
Yeah, there's nothing in here. Where are you, Chink? Oh, there you are. New.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Brian. I can't see shit, sir. It's black. It's black. It's black over there. I just see black. It's just pure black. It's nothing but darkness.
What?
Yoda, think of it for the 6 months.
It's so dark.
It's
I
so
missed my
dark.
flashlight already. Like, I really missed my flashlight already.
What about these cookies, though? We could just try. What if we just try?
Well, you can just, the cookies are...
All right, let's try. Okay, I'm getting stuck. I literally can see nothing.
All right, right wall strats. Right wall strats.
Right wall strats? Okay, you might have to duck.
Right wall strats.
Where's the, you gotta find the thingy. You gotta find the thingy. It's coming, it's from there. Yeah.
I got it.
That a girl. Let's go.
Nice.
Proud of you.
Run! Run! I don't know what it was. Flash?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. I didn't see anything. I did hear a little slither.
I don't know what it was. I just heard it and I ran. What's the slopping noise?
Ew, what is that?
What was that slopping noise?
Yeah. Put it back in your pants, Chingus. Damn, dude. We're trying to do it.
I'm so sorry.
I
I'm so scared. I'm excited.
Damn. I can make it. I can make it. I can make it. I made it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, we survived. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
man. Permanent flashlight be cool. It's dark AF. Where's the sheep?
Oh, look, a sheep.
A sheep. Is there a baron on these sheep?
Just stampede!
Oh shit, there's a stampede. Goddamn Jumanji.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are ya?
Hey.
We survived
All right.
famous last words, I know. Love a bit of
We
lethal.
at
The
least have
yippee.
enough
Oh,
for
I loved it
quota.
too. We had a friend that
Plus the
actually
bees.
made
That's
a
not counting
mod
the
where
bees.
it made
Yeah.
the
Who's
little yippee
full
bug
out?
say, "Oh hey, how are ya?" in my voice.
I am.
I'm full health.
Do you know the strat, by the way?
For what?
All you gotta do is start the ship, and I grab the bees. It's fine.
You
Yeah.
grab the bees and then they
Yeah.
should blow up. All right,
Yeah.
you ready?
Yes.
All right, go, 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 go.
God, here they come. Oh, is that a Benjamin's I heard?
$80.
Hey, we got it. Nice.
Let's go.
Great asset.
Yeah,
Great
assets.
asset. Great.
So great.
Most profitable.
Great asset.
Yeah.
I'm really paranoid. Hey, I turned off the smoke, damn
Hey,
it.
I found a key. We have 264 on board. We're doing so good. 264 on the floor. Sorry,
Do it one more time. Yellow.
To the winder. Oh, I forgot these are in there too. We forgot we had the fat nuts. Yeah, we actually have like 301.
yeah. Nice. Nice. Everyone appreciates a good fat
To
nut.
the winder. Where are we going? Ah, the match. Open. I want to see. Open. Thank you.
Oh, it looks foresty.
It is very foresty.
I see a tree.
It is March.
No, it's April.
I'm going to the
It's
waterfall.
definitely April.
But why are you going to the waterfall?
I'm going.
Okay.
Quickly, gentlemen, this way.
Roger that. Hargate, thank you for the 5 months.
Can't ignore that call.
Quickly this way. He said it. Why do
Here,
you say
drink
the
this.
things that you do and blurps will not
No.
approve it? Wait, what?
Is it a glass of lemon juice?
It does have lemon juice in it, yeah.
What the hell? You can go up here?
Eh.
Why are we drawing
No.
up on our way up here?
Hey, I found stairs.
I don't understand what are we doing right now? Hey, Gall.
I don't know.
Baron?
Huh?
What are we doing?
Well, I just thought it would be a nice day in the park.
Huh.
No, there should be a secret entrance over here. I just don't know how to get to it.
Oh, in the waterfall.
Yeah. I just don't know if you just have to commit. I'm gonna commit. Wish me luck, boys.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh god. I'm in danger. Danger. I'm in danger. I'm fine. Hey Amanda, how are you? Are we sure there's a secret entrance over this way? I mean, there might be. Why do I feel like it's in the opposite direction? And it's not here. Uh-oh. Why did my screen just say...
Oh,
that's
look
why.
over there.
Oh.
All right, let's go to the front. We gotta go around this way.
Yeah. Classic.
Classic Baron.
Fire eggs you found earlier. I thought that was the other direction, though. I didn't think it was this way. I thought it was over there.
I wonder if we can get there this way.
Probably. Man, I could be wrong.
Look at those little fucking flyy things.
What fly things? Oh, the fun ones. They're the ones that can take you on a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like over there.
Murder pancakes? I hear BP murder pancakes.
It's okay.
What is that noise?
That would be a trap.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
I found some skied up, bought up bottles. Don't you beep at me. Murder pancakes. Yeah, like I thought it was over this way. Was it not? Where are you, Baron? I heard that you're dead. Yeah, like there's a waterfall over there. Is it not that one over there? All right, what do we got? We got some bottles to celebrate Baron's life on this planet. They're worth 46. I found this plastic fish, which I know he would love, and a flask so he can drink his misery away. Look at that. That's 280. That's not even including what's inside of the shelf. All right, how do we know how much is on there? Storage. Other. View monitor, switch player name. Wait, to toggle on and off the main monitor's map camera. Really? Hey, it's me. Where's our buddy? Okay, he's alive still. Is he in the water? Is Chinggis in the water right now? Is Chinggis drowning? Well, I guess we'll just take this back. There's no point in going back in. We have enough here. All right, well, bringing you home, boys. Right as you turned to him on the camera, he went belly up. Oh, poor sweet little Chingus. We're gonna miss him so much. Baron, he's okay. I checked his stream, I can confirm. Well, based on the fact that he wasn't moving at all, I was making a nice safe assumption that he wasn't doing so hot. Welcome back. Let's go.
Oh, hey, welcome.
Hey, don't welcome me back. I ain't going anywhere. I've been here the whole damn time. Time to hit the old dusty trail.
Report to the company building immediately to sell your scrap.
Maybe if I smack the shit out of him.
You have
So I drowned, right?
Yes.
And so I started following Chingus around as like a National Geographic thing again. And I was like, the mightiest of Chinguses.
Oh, while you're spectating him?
Yeah. And then Chingus jumped wrong and he fell inside the thing. And I was like, his tiny arms cannot support the weight of the Chinguses. And therefore, he sinks to the bottom.
Oh, man. That sounded very squishy.
Hey, you leave my squishiness alone.
All right, sorry. All right, I brought a few things.
How much do we need?
100 something.
I have 130. That was 80.
Why can't I see the full value of what is on there right now? There we okay.
That's 225.
That's more than enough. Do we want more to be able to buy stuff?
Yeah, we might as well.
All right.
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey!
Hey!
There we go. I'll bring the bottles. Because the vanilla scan isn't great, which is really ironic.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I'm overweight. There. Like Ching is figuring out how to swim last round.
Oh my god.
Did you hit
Oh
the
yeah,
button?
I did not hit the button.
Last round, sir.
You hit the button.
I switched over to your camera immediately as you were drowning. I was like, is Chingus okay? Immediately chat. No, he's not okay.
Yeah.
He is not okay.
Brutal Company is really good too.
What is?
Well, the mod Brutal Company.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of really good ones.
I would tell you this: it is chaos, and it is very janky. But
Right.
having the mod where you can have like 30 people in here at one time.
Oh, yeah,
Makes
yeah,
for-
yeah.
So much
That's
chaos.
just
Some-
chaos.
The casino
yeah.
that is here, like all the different mods are so good. All right.
Sir. Sir.
the
Did
man
you-
with the
but-
weapon
Read
is the
the
king.
sign.
But did you
Read
stop?
the sign.
Did you stop?
Read it.
Stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice back with the brand new.
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Oh, then this is too powerful any one man to have.
Like destroying a relic.
You know what? I heard they said that wait, isn't there like a casino over here or something?
That's a mod.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a mod.
Yeah, it's a wonderful mod.
Wait, so what's over here now?
I mean, there's really always been nothingness. All right, we have way more than enough. So hold on.
Oh. Okay.
How much do we have?
Oh yeah, buy the things.
Yeah, stun grenade, don't give a shit. Inhalant, that's, I never really understood what the point of that was. All right, let's do 3 pro flash, confirm. All right, boy, just.
Ice cream.
Queen.
Ice cream.
Queen.
We gotta get some ice cream.
Here, I'll catch it with my mouth.
I gotta get some ice cream.
I claim.
Queen.
Ice cream.
Baron,
Where
catch
is
it.
Oh. Hey. Hey, that could have hurt.
No, you're fine.
Sir,
Yeah.
give me a flashlight.
Wow, dude, he's double dipping. I saw that.
I know. I saw it too.
But listen
I saw it
here.
too.
Listen here, gentlemen.
Bunny suit is
Wait,
an
hold
item
on,
you can
hold on.
buy.
There might be-
Oh yeah,
hold on.
yeah. But is it worth it?
Let's see here. We got 398 here.
Oh my, we could get all kinds of good
All right.
stuff.
Yeah. What's a cruiser?
It's the truck that attaches to the side.
Yeah,
It's not worth it.
it's definitely not worth it.
Not right now. I swear to God, if you bought the cruiser.
Teleporter.
Okay.
That's a good
Well,
one.
that way, that
That's
way we
a
can
good one.
see.
I did
See,
buy it at
I
the
did
dog
this is
house.
the right one.
Like lethal.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
you did good. I'm proud of
No,
you.
that's
did
good.
good.
I was expecting, we're like, don't buy the cruiser, but buys a cruiser.
I don't think we could have afforded it. Isn't that like a $900 thing?
Probably. Bong bong. Flashlight doesn't take space in your inventory anymore. Nope. It now looks like you have a utility spot.
Yay.
So now you have a free open spot, which I mean, that's been needed in the game for ages. Panda, thank you for the raid. Hello, friend.
Oh, hooray!
Huzzah,
Quota.
even.
222. 222.
Oh my God.
Do I look okay?
Okay.
Just inside out.
We
Let's do that before anybody hurts themselves.
Yeah. All right. Let's not
Where are
play
we?
with the. Let's not play with the button here, gentlemen. All
Okay,
right?
okay.
We're at Vow.
Never go ask to vow. Got him. Alright, go around the poo boulders.
We should be right there, right?
Yeah, it's
What is that? Ah, shit! What is it?
what?
I just shat all over myself.
Chingus.
I see it.
It was starting to come this way. What in the
I-
absolute shit is
I don't know.
that?
It chased. I think we lost Baron. I think he got him.
What the
It's
hell?
a woodpecker. It's a giant fucking woodpecker.
But why does it barrel across the ground murdering people?
I don't know.
Woody the woodpecker's a dick. Why not? I mean, fair, I guess. I mean, damn, dude.
Oh, there's a tea kettle down here?
Tea kettle. Bucket.
Oh. Okay, let me scan the room. Graham, thank you so.
Green, what? The hell did you just say? It is called Lethal Company. All right, this is gonna be fun. All right. Well, I could try my luck this way and hope that old Woody the Woodpecker is not over here. I feel like I'm gonna die. What if I had my like run faster, run faster. Okay. Hi, little friends. Oh. Okay, where's Chinkus? if I just do this? You think I'll be okay? For science. Okay.
So heavy.
I told you to put it back in your pants.
Okay. All right. This is fine.
His body is gone.
It's gone. He got ate.
Oh, he was literally eaten.
Oh.
You're telling me the woodpecker ate him? What the shit?
Imagine a giant pecker killing you. Just imagine.
Oh, how the turns table, my friend. Oh, yes, quite. Okay. So
I mean, we've got half our quota, right?
we do, and I don't want to run back and forth if he's dead.
Yeah.
I'm okay with us saying, yeah,
We're
bring it
only
back.
gonna go because he died.
That's right.
Right?
Correct.
That's right. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh my God, do you realize how funny that would have been if we would have teleported him back and it would have brought the woodpecker into the ship?
I just shat myself,
That
dude.
would have been so funny.
That'd have been great. It really
That
would
would have been good. I would have died laughing. That would have been really funny. Now you can, I was gonna say, can you teleport enemies? You can teleport zombie friends. This is true. If you accidentally,
wait for the
one of your friends
lazy
gets turned
guy
into
to
a
wake
zombie,
up.
you can accidentally teleport them. This is true.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you get a pecker in the air? I did. Okay.
It was so fast.
It was so fast. I didn't know what to do with it.
You know,
I ran in panic.
I kind of like
I
the
just-
idea that instantly you're not safe. Like, you have to be careful. You can't just go meander to the front door. But that really caught us off guard. I didn't know that was coming.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, we lost his flashlight.
We did. We could buy another one.
Nah, it's all right. Most of the time, I don't really use them anyways.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I use the shit out
I
of
use
mine.
the shit out of it.
I'm used to doing like the higher end stuff, like where you like push through it and you end up dying so frequently that
Oh, you don't even buy a flashlight. It's not worth it.
You're just like, all right.
Yeah, that's fair. And jump. Oh. Missed opportunities.
So apparently, if we get too close to the woodpecker nest,
Oh, there's a
that's
nest.
what causes it.
Oh, what's that?
So apparently, we hit a nest.
Okay. Didn't know that was a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rounder. Hey, watch out for that mud.
Told me life was gonna be this way.
Cop.
Yep, it's a pecker nest.
It's a nest of peckers. That's right.
Yep.
Nesticles, if you will. What? Hey!
Alamar!
Yeah!
That is tempting.
Definitely
The-
not gonna be something dead down here. It's gonna be
Apparently, the egg's also worth $300.
Shit.
Just so you know.
Okay. I hear pancakes. Don't.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, I thought it was facing us. I was like, that's rude as shit.
There's a turret.
There's a turret over here, too. There's a hawk at my community by the gate. That's what it is right now.
4 murder
It swoops, attacks people. Wildlife control says protected species, and there's nothing they can do. What the? It'll be fine.
I got a key.
Oh, all right. Aki. So wait, can we safely go into these? Oh yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Oh, hey. I found a clock.
I got a garbage lid.
That doesn't feel safe. Baron?
He's fine.
What was that sound?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? Oh, it's the clock on me. Oh. We need a time check. Wait, does that actually show the game time?
I have no idea.
Why is it like this? What the hell? It's like missing
We
numbers.
need to move. We need to move. There's big thumpies to the left up there.
All right, I
Real
need
big
to.
thumpies.
I probably need to return what I have to the sheep. Oh fuck! Bye, Baron. Love you. Hold on. I'm gonna send it back down. Hold on. I dropped my shit. Okay.
Okay. Oh, wait here.
All right. I trust you.
All right.
Baron! Baron!
Hey.
Hey, I was coming back for you.
Oh.
I dropped all my shit up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hello?
Are you okay? All I said was no signal.
Oh my god.
I thought you were dead.
No, I was surrounded.
Did I just accidentally save your life?
Yep, you sure did. So the baby was starting to turn evil. I had a
Oh
coil
my
head staring at me.
God.
A nutcracker surrounded me. There, holy shit! I had loot, but damn, dude,
I couldn't see you. Like the only thing that showed up was no signal. I thought you were dead.
Holy, it might be no signal because we're down there in the mine. Oh, dude, I was dead. There was no way I was gonna get out of that. If I tried to back away, the nutcracker would have blown my head off, or the coil head would have killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
I heard the nutcracker. I got
Was there a
stuck by,
spider
like,
too?
A stingray-looking thing for a second, and I
Dude.
got. I don't know if you know that, but the dugout areas, there's water, and you can go into water caves.
Ooh.
But it's very much claustrophobic. So it's like you try to get through to get up to the other side, you can get stuck.
Right.
Shish
it's
kebab.
not.
Yeah, there was what? There was spider, coil head, the baby nutcracker. I'm trying to think what else was down there with me. There was a lot. Yeah, Chingus accidentally saved my life.
That's awesome.
Just go ahead.
I claim skill. All skill.
Oh yeah, and the turret and the mines that were on the ground that I had to try to back away from while I'm looking at the coil. Yeah. That I shouldn't have lived. I should not have lived. That should have been easy death.
Wow, Flash, laziest employee.
I'll take it. I'm alive. I'll be lazy all
Won't you
day.
tell me how to get.
We have quota.
Assurance,
We're at
offense,
259.
or march.
Wait, what were the three?
I don't know.
Assurance, offense, or march.
Assurance. I assure you, it'll be a good time. Ooh, I like games.
The clean
Yeah, I can solve that in 3.25 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, shut your face.
All right, here we go, gentlemen. We've landed on March.
Didn't he say offense?
Shut up, man.
No, we said March. Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, Meg.
So I'm being told that S plus is the highest difficulty.
Yeah.
So it goes the higher, the closer to A, the number is
Okay,
more
and
dangerous.
then it goes S. The main strip is just blocked by that big turd.
I know. Oh God, my dog just farted. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh God.
Sick. Was it
My
PB?
flashlight. I was gonna kill myself. Yeah, it's PB.
Thank you so much for restuff.
Hey, PB just shit inside of Chingus's room. I mean, it farted, but he says it smells real bad.
It smells real bad.
It smells real bad. Oh, is there no? Is it not there?
Oh, I don't know where it is.
Got it.
There you go. Hey, you lead the way. I can't see shit. It's always
What
PB.
do I hear?
Pipe.
All right, there's another one down here. Why isn't it cleared out yet?
Hey,
Oh,
how
look at that! Oh, jeez.
That's
You know,
it.
this
That
way
thing's-
looks
that thing's
quest-worthy,
huge.
Flash.
Okay. That thing's huge. There's nothing here, genius. Nice.
Like I said, it was quest-worthy.
We're doing great.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing great.
I don't know where I'm going.
You're fine. Go that way. Go that way. Make a left. Chingus.
Yeah.
I
Come
walked
through the fog. It's safe.
I walked through. I'm in a room. Wait, there's nothing in here, is there?
In here?
Yeah, I don't think there's
Yeah,
anything.
come here.
All right. I guess there's another vent upstairs or something, or a valve, whatever.
Something.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, there's a room. This looks like the room.
With the juice. Oh, there's the
This
juice.
is the room.
There's the juice.
Would you like to take the juice?
I guess. F it,
Because I
man.
have flashlight. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get out of here. We're at
Enjoy a
quota.
bath or keep. Oh, enjoy the bath. All right. Guide me.
Straight through.
Yep.
Right.
Roger that. Hey, yo. All right. Was the right blocked? It is, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah, the right's blocked by the turd. We gotta go
Alright.
left.
Blocked by the turd. Yeah, we used to play this game a lot, especially when it first came out. And then once mods got introduced, we'd play this game all the time. And there were some crazy mods. Like some of the worlds that people came up with were insane. Look at him sitting up there.
What's he doing up there?
Just judging.
About time y'all decided to show up over here, Gray.
It's 12:44.
Hey,
Vin and I love looking
oh,
through mods. I
God,
know, and you find
not
the good
again.
ones.
Ah!
Oh no, dog, rawr.
Oh,
Rar.
Oh
A
no.
rar.
What was the last time? It's honestly probably been over a year. I mean, it's 12.
Yeah, it's 12.
We could try to find maybe another door.
There are 9 objects left in there.
How much is left in there?
9. For a total of $900.
But there's no more objects?
No. There are 9 as in the number 9. Not the German 9, the number 9.
I'm looking. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
There's
Hey, look up there.
There's the building that way over there, and there's also another one over there.
Yeah, I see.
It's got to be 2 Antronses. Oh, nailed it. Splash. Mimesis. Oh, that was a fun one. I played that with Doc and a few others. How's that working for us? That's good. This is good.
Really
This is
I really
good.
hope this isn't mine.
This is good.
Really
This is
hope
good.
this
This is
isn't
good. Is that really the way? Do we think that's the way? You okay?
It is the back door. I have
Roger.
found the back door.
Roger that. I'm on the way.
Oh,
Where's the... Oh God, disgusting bastard.
Hey, how are you?
Ah, speed up, bot up, bot tolls.
There's an engine over here.
All right. Got it. I did my part. Boys. 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 Boys.
Yep.
You okay? You heard that, right?
Baron?
Yeah.
I think Baron also heard that. Okay.
This is fine.
I heard that sneaky bitch. I heard
saw
him.
him.
I didn't see him. I heard him. Heard the growl.
Oh,
Hey, girlfriend.
just
Well,
walk all the way around
good
and it'll
thing
bring you
that-
down.
I think Flash and I were able to get some items over there. Chingus, what did you get?
I brought the flashlight so you can find the items,
did you?
sir.
He's like, I brought the Tic Tac.
Down over here.
All right. Can we just go to that didn't
And Chingus is dead.
that didn't seem like the way. You think he's okay?
He's fine. I'm sure that he's all right.
Oh.
All right, Chingus. Quit joking around.
We get it.
no.
We get it.
This
Real
is-
funny. The muffled. Oh no. See, and this is why.
Uh-oh.
Oh, son of a bitch. It's coming. It's coming
We
right
can do it.
for
We
us.
can do it. Big jump like you mean it. There you go.
We're going. We're going. We're going. We're going. We're getting out of here. Flash? Oh, okay.
What did they What did I just get attacked by?
I don't know. I don't know.
I was trying to dodge a dog. Was that a panther? Oh, I think it was the cat.
The whole front of your suit is all ripped up.
Is it really?
It's all ripped up. It was so bad.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
Spectating you? That scared the shit out of me. I
Not
wasn't
you! Oh my God! The dog. I was like, okay, I'll be fine if I sneak around and then immediately get attacked and mauled by the stupid cat. Oh,
we gotta go to the corporation.
Yep.
This is fine.
See, I saved.
listen, that's twice I've been saved by that teleporter, so I've got to appreciate it. Holy hell!
Getting the jump next time.
Time to sleep. Good night, Night Raptor.
Yeah.
Oh man,
your timing for jumping.
No, you jumping in the water and then just hearing this muffled. The best, absolute best. I love it so much. Ay, caramba. Miss Pro, thank you for the 23 months, friend.
Water right there.
Yeah. Open. We have quota already.
Yeah, I would leave everything else.
Oh, do we want to buy stuff?
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, if we want to buy some more, let's buy.
Bring into the military.
Let's have some like a new flashlight. Yeah.
Nonsense, poopy pants.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I definitely want a flashlight, please. Thanks. There we go. Nailed it. Hey!
I don't think it's done it yet. Hit it again.
Oh, I got it. Hey!
Just hit it.
See, it works.
Oh, jeez.
I'm
playing with Bearded Baron and Mighty Chingus. Your sacrifice is appreciated.
Well, okay.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Flashlight, please, and then whatever else you'd like to order.
Well, let's we'll just do the flashlights, and then we'll just do the harder stuff because it's going to cost us 500 to get there.
Oh, the harder maps.
Oh yeah.
But you guys got flashlights coming.
Roger that.
Okay.
Hi, Quaid. Hi, Quaid.
I Quaid down here.
Hi, Quaid. Hi, Quaid. Hi, Quaid.
I Quaid.
You, excuse me, you what? Did you? Baron.
You bought us the shitty.
You bought the little shit lights.
You seriously bought the bad lights?
You cheap bastard.
Wow, sir.
You all said you wanted flashlight. I got you flashlight. You didn't say you wanted nice flashlight.
Okay, just because I asked for a burger doesn't mean I want you to go dig out a turd.
True.
Okay.
You just made a turd
Which
burglar
one? Oh,
reference.
it's a pro flashlight.
You don't know? How are you feeling about New Lethal? I've only seen a few minutes of it.
Did that big pecker earlier?
Oh my god. Interested to see what you have to say. So when we would play Lethal, we would always play with mods. Like a lot of quality of life, but also just some random fun ones. There was one mod where you could add a bunch of like retro items to the map and stuff like that. There was custom monsters. Ooh, what'd you get? And yeah, there's still monsters we haven't seen. So we've seen the Panther. We've seen. Are they better, Flashlight? What do you get?
This is a grenade?
Might be a stun.
Yeah.
Is it a stun?
It is a stun grenade, but it was like 70% off.
Right.
Plus, we got flashlights.
But it's been good. I mean, it's still been enjoyable. Like whenever we do play, we normally play with like 7 or like 8 or 9 people, like you name it. But it's been good. Yeah. First time a daughter when she was like 3 had a burger. She opened the bun and said, "But there's poop in." What the hell? Think I found a room.
go.
What do we got? Yay!
Imagine if you could start up a flashlight that quickly.
All right, I'll put
All right, guys, ready? Here we go. All right, here we go.
How do I put this? Hold on, maybe if I drop it and pick it up. There we go. Now it's in my utility spot.
There we go.
There we go. We did it. Can't wait to watch more. Oh my God, there have already been a few moments where I just was in tears. I was crying. It was just so funny.
You're losing money if you don't buy it at a discount. That's girl.
What are you, my
girl
wife?
math.
Yeah.
Girl math. All right. If something is less than $5, it's free.
It's $2 off. It only costs $784. You think I'm gonna miss out on that deal? You've lost your damn mind.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
We might not be able to afford it.
Last Odin thing
Flash
28
Force
months.
can.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, this piece of
That
shit. This
is
piece of
true.
shit at PAX's. Everywhere we go, he was putting my name down for dinner reservations. Flash.
He was.
Oh, what's the last
He
name?
was.
Force.
Oh,
Son
I'm sorry.
of a bitch.
So no. Listen. So the place that we go to, right? So I tell them, yeah, my name, I'm FlashForce. And they go, oh, sure, right this way. And they take me over to sit down. Right?
They did.
Yeah, we got the chef's table. It was weird.
Flash and Chinggis when they came through. But because I told them that my name was Flash, they were like, oh, right this way. Oh, don't worry about it.
All right this way, sir. Oh, nope. Watch out for the red carpet.
Okay, so this is Danger Cloak.
Is that the name of the what?
This is not gonna be a good one.
What is this?
This is Dine.
Oh, Dine. Oh shit. Okay. Man, I haven't been on this in quite a long time. This is when we have to follow the lights, right?
Yeah, where are the lights?
Where? Immediately.
Back this way, maybe?
Wait. Wasn't it over here? Why do I feel like we go this way?
Okay, there's nothing over there but a giant chasm.
Isn't it this way? Oh shit. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I screwed up. I'm forever walking. I'm forever walking. There we go. Fixed it. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, I think I found it. I found it. All right, I'm gonna go in and check.
Okay.
Come
I'll
right
wait
back
here.
out.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay. Ooh, the mansion.
Oh.
Are you okay?
I got a tongue.
Ew.
Found tongues.
Ew.
Tongues
Why?
Oh god, it's so floppy.
Why do we have these?
So floppy.
Oh god, I got more tongues.
Why is there so many?
I got so many tongues. Why?
Dude, I've got 3 of them.
I do too.
Guys, there's a whole hallway of tongues up here.
I've got 4 tongues.
Someone said there's a chance for the loot to all be the same item.
There's like 1,000 of them.
There's a whole bedroom of tongues. All right, I'm going back.
Yeah,
Well, I've got to drop all my tongues off.
Too.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop them.
What the hell? I feel like we weren't supposed to go like this way. Is not. Hello, friends? Oh, I'm taking mine back. It was straight this way, right? Because there's our footies. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. I can't believe out of all of the items it could have chosen, it chose the tongue to be the one item that we have. This is gonna look like some Hannibal Lecter shit. I'm just putting them all in here. Look. When in Rome, might as well charge it. Gonna make the ladies real happy. Oh my god. Look at all the tongues. There's so many. Chingus is coming back with his. I'm gonna go back and try to help, I guess. Wait. Is this way, right? No? Wait. Chasm. Wait. Oh god, I lost my bearings. Hold on. Wait. Was it this way? Hold on. I'm losing myself. Oh, it was this way, wasn't it? Hi.
Hey, there's a bunch of tongues on the floor.
Roger that. There's a bunch of tongues on the floor. There's a bunch of tongues on the floor, he says.
I heard.
Yeah, this is vanilla. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait. We gotta go right over here.
Is it to the right or the left?
I think it's right. It's over here.
Main entrance, I got you. Oh my god. There's so many. Oh god, I can't. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I'm out of stamina. I gotta wait for it.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
There's so many tongues.
You want to touch it?
I'm going back in.
All right, roger that. He came from this way.
We
The noises aren't necessary. Apparently they are. Oh yeah, that's the way. That's the way, man.
I hear stuff.
You hear stuff?
I hear stuff. So gross.
There's so many tongues. We have so much tongue loot.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. All right, let's see. I see nothing around us right now. I also see nothing around him. Like, I see 0 enemies.
I don't see any enemies. I just see loot.
I see a turret.
All right, I'm going back in.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm about to go back in too. All tongue, no danger. Is that a new like golden eye? What is that line? What is that? Okay, interesting. Interesting. So you jump out the back, you stay to the right. Hey, mister, got any tongues?
Hey, I got so many tongues.
There's so many here. I need more inventory space. It looks like the map showed you where they entered from. Yeah, there was a line drawing them to, I guess, the door. Which is kind of cool, because if you can communicate with your other players and tell them that, that's super helpful. New Rewind 99 title, yeah.
This is nuts.
There's so many. We have seen 0 enemies here. None. I think I found the road to nowhere.
Hey, there's some more right on inside the entrance too.
Roger that.
This is the last of them that are outside anyway.
All right. Right inside the entrance. we don't need to go back in.
No?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Did you meet the opera guy?
Well, I saw some friends.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
opera guy, like
the butler. The butler was
That
just
one
sweep,
him?
sweep, sweep, and then he got to the top, looked at me, and pulled a knife. I'm like, all right, well done. Well, apparently all the enemies just spawned. Oh no. Oh no. Teleport me. Teleport me. This is why you don't complain. No, Benjamin, no. I'm your father. Leave me alone. Okay. He's going that way. He's going that way. I go this way. Fuck off. Holy tits, holy tits, holy tits.
Something's breathing heavy. Is Baron alive?
I don't know. I'd say probably not. Teleport.
He doesn't look like he has any loot. You hear that?
Yeah, that's the giant. Did you not see him? It's Benjamin, my child. There he is. Bye, miss you. Oh my God, there's so many tongues.
Oh my god.
There-
Wow. Wow, really? Wow.
He still was laziest employee, all the notes. Hey, totally, how are you? Dude, look at all the tongues.
I don't know how the dog like just stopped going after you and was just like, no, I'm going after Barrett.
They're so squishy. They're just.
There's a lot here. There's a lot of tongues.
We have to survive. We have to.
All right, let's see. Oh. What the hell? Nothing to store. Why does it keep saying nothing to store? Is it because we're in the air? Is it because we're up in the air?
Maybe? I don't know.
Oh, there. Let me store that one. Oh, and I brought it back. Are you pretending to be the tongues?
Look, I'm helicoptering it.
It's so floppy.
Oh man, ew. Look at the backside of the tongue.
I know.
Wait,
it's all bloody.
wait.
Oh my God. What are you doing? Hey, don't move. Just giving you. This is how we. You ever see those like windshield wiper people that like they come up and clean the windshields?
No,
like
no, thank you.
This is how.
No, thank you. I have no money. No, thank you.
We've almost got them all stored.
What's with the creepy noises?
Wow, look at our vast collection of tongues.
Oh my God. I'm waiting for Chinggis to get through the
All
last
right,
one.
welcome
Think
to
we got
Vow.
Welcome to what?
Vow.
You can't even scan them all.
Asked
Oh
about.
God! I'm okay.
Bees.
All right. Yeah, there's bees over
Hey,
there.
wait, hold on, wait. Can you guys?
All right,
can you
somebody
guys
else go get the
hold on?
bees this
Can you
time.
guys go over
I
here?
get
Can you
bees?
guys grab a tongue?
Why are we grabbing a tongue?
Grab a tongue. Okay, and then go stand. Then stand in front of the cabinet, or near it, next to it, maybe. Yeah, right there, right there.
Thumbnail shot.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh,
Say cheese.
cheese.
Okay, that's probably good enough.
Oh.
I feel like this is probably something that doesn't happen
Who
very
wants to
often.
go for the bees?
All right. Well,
I did the bees last time. All right.
You
I
gotta
showed
pet
y'all
those
how to do
bees,
it.
Flash. You can't go leave the session without petting those bees.
Don't know if I trust my
You gotta
judgment.
pet
I'm
those
gonna go
bees.
for the bees. I'm gonna get
You
stung.
gotta pet those bees.
Yeah, you got this.
You got this. You can pet those bees.
Fine, shut up. I'll get it. Hold on, shut up.
Yay, Flash, he's gonna do it.
My blood is on your hands.
Got your butt. Look, it's right there. I'm pointing where you need to go.
Why do I hear more than one thing of bees?
It's fine. Just go for it.
Hold on.
All right.
Where are the bees?
A little bit warmer. Not colder. Not warmer. Oh.
Okay. I got it. I run. I jump. I go. I drop it. Yahoo! Oh shit! No! Run! Help! I'm the stab! I'm gonna die! Oh no, please! I'm just a baby! No! No! Leave me alone! Go to your nest, you little son of a bitch! Oh my god! Please, Barrett, tell me go away! Oh god! Please open the door! No! Please! Oh god! I'm critical.
Let me in! Let me in! Let me in!
Oh god!
I hate this planet. Let's get out of here.
You pet those bees?
This place
You did pet
sucks.
those bees.
I hate it here.
You pet those
Oh, he
bees.
touched them bees.
I'm proud of you. You pet those bees.
He did.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
Oh
Dream,
god,
I'm
you're gonna
gonna
lick
make
the
it all
wounds.
better
Oh
for you.
god. I want this to go. No, stop, please. Get off me. No, I don't know you, mister. Oh, you continue. You stop. You keep going. You're good. What
This
the
was
hell?
contaminated.
Oh my god. All right.
There's some angry ass bees, man.
The biggest ball.
Yeah.
All right. So it's
I'm
12.
already injured. And he's
I
already
am
critical.
also very injured.
I mean, we got
I mean,
bees. I'm not
all right.
injured. So go ahead and flip the lever and I'll get the hive. I mean, we
There's
got
two
more
hives,
than enough.
right? There's two hives, right?
I
there?
thought I heard another one. I'm not 100%
Wait,
about
did you
that.
grab another one, or did
I grabbed
you
just
get
the one.
attacked by bees?
I got attacked.
Okay.
They followed me around. I led them back to their hive.
I didn't hear more than one.
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
Here, let's pop in real quick. Let's just go in real quick. We'll see.
All right,
We'll
you
be
know
back,
what?
Flash.
I'm coming. No, I'm coming with.
Oh, Flash is coming with.
I'm coming with.
Yay!
It feels like the right
Just
thing
go
to do.
wimp. That's a cliff.
Please say this VOD is going on the. Oh, for sure. For the whatever Wednesdays,
My
absolutely.
ancestors built this bridge. This thing is the sturdiest bridge you ever did see.
Boy,
I'll
if
tell
I
you
drop
what.
down and I die because your ancestors don't know how to build a goddamn bridge, I'm gonna be living. If we find nothing but tongues, I'm gonna lose it. All right.
You gotta find a whoopee cushion.
Hey
Yeah,
yo.
magnifying glass. Hold
Oh,
on.
Sherlock
Hold
Holmes
on.
in this piece.
Chingus, ching it. Oh.
Oh, that's what that looks like.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not very nice. The biggest part of me.
somebody skinning a cat over here? What the hell was that? Meow, 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 meow.
Where's the
Butters. That's me.
That's not you.
Sweet love, the Maya's the king it is. Taking his way back into the Maya.
What happened?
He knows that. Listen, no matter what happens, all right, we'll just
All right, go on. What's that? Why is it red? I'll go this way. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hey, Tingus. Where's the front door?
There's a big fucking spider over there.
Oh, why you gotta say that? I don't
And
like that.
and
Hey,
and you
hey,
you still you.
where's the front door, mother effer? Where is it? Where's the front door? Is it over here? Oh God, I don't know where I am. Help me. Oh shit. Is it this way?
Oh, that's the bracket. That's the bracket.
What?
Is that that way?
No.
The bracket's straight ahead of us.
All right.
Ground facing.
Fudge balls. I don't remember where it is.
You gotta go. You gotta go this way. This way. No. It's through one of these.
The biggest part.
These this one, maybe. No, here's an emergency exit though. We can leave. We can leave.
Oh, okay.
That's a bracket and a spider, sir. Let's
Right.
get the fuck out of here.
Okay. So I came out this way with Baron earlier. He ran into those red things and died.
Oh.
There's something in them. I don't know what it is, but it killed him.
I just got a new creature.
I don't know if it's possible to like dodge whatever it is.
Vein Shroud? Vein Shroud.
Is that where it is right now?
Oh no, the plant itself is poisonous.
No, something
gonna
came
have
out.
to go
And
the other
something
way.
came out and attacked him. We need to find where the front door was.
Something farted. What? Going in. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're running out of time.
Okay.
Dude, if we lose all the tongues. If we
I'm
lose
gonna
all
be
the
sad. I'm
tongues.
gonna be sad. Where the hell? Which way
Is that
was
straight
it?
ahead? Is it straight ahead?
I don't remember.
All right, over here.
Okay.
This way, maybe?
I don't remember there being a web.
Not this way.
No, this feels. Oh my God! Smack me! Smack me!
Oh, Bracken!
Oh no, we're in such trouble. Where do I go? Oh no. Which way was it? I don't remember. Fuck. Hello? It's not, we did not go through a warehouse. Go to the shelf room. Okay. Okay, I'm in the shelf room. I don't remember which door. Oh, shit balls. I swear if they voted. Straight where the light leads? Okay. Okay. And then there's so many ways to go. I'm just kind of guessing right now. Wait. Oh, you sneaky bitch. I'm going to have to go this way. I have no choice. I'm dead. Go back? You think I have time? It's 11:24. What? Fuck that thing. Okay. Go towards the mines. Where was the mines? I don't even hear them anymore. Oh, it's too late. Goodbye, ship full of tongues. I'm gonna miss you.
Goodbye.
You guys couldn't have just gone through the grass. You were outside 3 times, and y'all were just like, nah, let's go back inside to certain death.
Okay. Do you tell me, how did it go when you went through the grass?
Look at this. All of our tongues are gone. Look, one of you could have been the distraction.
Oh. I was
Honestly-
on the brink of
Honestly,
death.
that was true.
You know, we try our best.
No, you know, wait a minute. We volunteered Flash to be ship captain, and he said no, he's going down with us.
That's right, because I don't leave my team like that.
That's right.
I will sacrifice every tongue on this planet to be a team player. Liana, thank you for the 3 months. Mary, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you, friends.
Well, we have one day to find 334.
All right, that's a lot of tongues. Let's see what we can do.
$334 in one day.
Oh God. Okay.
We had like the next.
It's fine.
2 years.
Hello there.
In for things.
Like that's sort of like the new currency. Like how our monsters, they had like toenails. We have tongues.
We have tongues.
Yeah.
So why did you pick one with weather?
Because it has more loot.
The weather outside is weather.
It's not like we have. It's not like we have a lot of options here,
Just
gentlemen.
sell Baron.
There's
Oh,
bees.
oh shit! I run right to it.
Way to go, Cloud.
Shut up, Baron. Says the one who got Baron killed by the. Listen. I'm about to die, aren't I? Looks friendly. It's not. I've seen what it does. No, thank you. I'm trying to quit. No. Do I just run to the front door? Do I just run? Fuck it. Hey, how are you doing?
It came right for me. It came right for me.
It's coming right for us. It's Kevin from Up. Oh, look, a pea canister.
Nice.
Hi, Dio. We're doing okay, friend. We're doing okay. Oh my God. Just what we needed. Bong.
Boom.
All right. Well, I don't think we have many choices unless we find another way. Hi,
We
Zero.
don't, and I'm full now.
The biggest part of you. Unless we meander out that way. Everyone get your pecans. Your pecan sandies. All right, hold on. You better sit your little ass. Oh no, I feel kind of heavy with my pecans.
I'm definitely heavy. I have no idea where to go.
All right. Well, so you go down that way, or you try to jump across.
I see the sheep.
Woodpecker's an a-hole. This is facts. You got this.
I don't think I got this.
Easy peasy, dude. Easy peasy.
Not with all this weight. I don't think I got this.
Let me show you how it's done. Let me get over here. Yep. Nailed it.
Oh, hey.
See? Look at you. Non-believers. And we got to escape Kevin.
Okay.
I'm just gonna call him Kevin. Oh, jeez, you little shits. They're squirrely. Did you all F
Oh,
off?
help! Help me! Help! Help me!
You're fine.
Help me!
You're
Teleport
fine.
me! Teleport me! Oh God, you're still on me! Help!
You're fine.
Help! I'm already critical!
You're fine.
Please,
You're doing
for the love of
fine.
God! Help! They're still on me!
It didn't help. They're still there.
They won't let go of me!
What do we do?
Oh, no.
What do we do? Wait if I tickle
Oh,
it.
God.
Wait, somebody give me a
Turn off
tongue.
the light.
Quick.
Oh my God.
I can't believe teleporting brought them with you. That was bullshit.
We only
Right?
need another $100. We need another $100. Hold
All
on.
right.
No, wait. How much do we need?
We have
No,
two.
we
We have
need-
210 on
There's
235.
15 more objects in there. We have
240.
Okay.
We got 240, and
need
then the
another
hive is
100.
80, right?
What was 80? Oh, we have the hive. Oh, yeah. So we need like 50 to 100 more.
There's
The
another
hive is
entrance
only
over here.
59. The hive is only 59.
Okay. We need at least 50.
We gotta go in.
All right. Oh, hey, it's friends. Here, I'll be your friend. Where you at, bruh? I'll be their friend. They could fly me across the map, right? Little friends. Oh shit, I fell. I'm stuck. Okay. There's lots of trees and stuff down here now. You notice that? So much more greenery. You little piece of shit. Fuck off. No. Bah. No. Back off. I'm gonna make this fall. I'm gonna make this fall with you on it. Oh, that'd been so funny. Reminds you of Jurassic Park. The bird cage. Sorry, I was gonna go that way, but then the bird thing was coming at me. I didn't like it.
Well, the other way broke and Baron's dead.
Oh.
He said, am I gonna make this? That's Flash and I made it just fine and you're heavy.
All right, so we need to
We
go back
gotta
in,
go.
right?
Oh my God, what is that?
It's the little steely bitch.
Oh God.
It'll be fine. No. Fucking mud. I can't see it through this shit. Oh my God, stop it. I'm going home. Oh, hey. Shh. Nobody's home. Drop your flashlight? Wait, why would I drop the flashlight? We need to try to get back in. We have to get money. We have to. No, it doesn't take an inventory spot. No. No, no, no. Isn't the fire exit over this way? Isn't the fire exit over that way? Or no? Is that, am I misremembering shit? Where was the fire exit? Oh, they thought I lost it. Oh, I got you. Hey, what up, Defini? Hello, friend. Oh my God, woodpecker piece of shit. Where's the fire exit? Head to bed. Good night, Maverick. Oh my God. Or is it down over here? Wait, is it down over here? Ah, there it is. I think that one guy found the Discord server. You know, what the fuck is that? Your guess is as good as mine, friend. What the? What is that? You'll find out? I can't, it's literally blocking my way. Guess I gotta go in the front door. Oh, to the front door we go, I go. Oh, good. Found some plants that were letting off some shit. Don't you stare at me, you little bitch. Oh no. Bro. Air filter overwhelmed. Oh my God, they're like poisonous. Oh my God, the autopilot. Then he might as well teleport me back. Unless there's nobody there. There we go. Oh, there is somebody there. Okay. Yeah, might as well.
Oh, that sucks. On the map? Oh, wait.
Drop it. Okay. No, he lived. Damn, Baron was lazy. That figures.
All right. It says there's 25 bucks here in keys, but I don't think you can sell keys. Can we sell keys now?
Okay?
You can sell keys.
You okay?
Okay, I'm alright.
I see 289 in front of me, at least. Oh,
This is gonna be so close. I don't know that we make this.
I don't think so.
Oh
Look,
man,
we've got this, gentlemen. All right,
Okay.
we are gonna be fine. The company
Okay.
is gonna be happy
Okay.
for us.
I trust you.
Everything's gonna be good. Yeah.
Yep.
You guys will see.
No, it doesn't. You're lying to me. The plant causes you to mutate. Does it really? It was causing, I mean, really, it just seemed like it was just effing with my air filtration, like I was being poisoned. pee jug. Boom. Pet them bees. All right, anything else?
More keys?
How do I reach these keys?
How do I reach these keys?
You ready?
I don't see anything else in here. Yeah. I have a feeling it's not good. The plant infects you and then a surprise.
No! No! I thought we had so much more to give.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Well-
Do you guys have your flashlights?
No, because I was teleported.
I don't know that that's going to be worth.
It's gonna sell for like $5.
All right. I got an idea.
Okay.
All right, how much money do we need?
More than we have.
64. 65, sorry.
Okay, all right.
It's 65. Our bodies are only worth 5 each.
Was that the thought? All right, how do we sell furniture?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. All right, maybe you'll be happy with that stuff. You know, you never know.
Reclusive Roo. If you guys type !enter, you can win a cozy sticker. What if he's like, listen, you know what? You guys worked really hard for what you have.
Oh God!
Oh, wow! Wow!
No.
I didn't think you actually got money for those, but you know, it's worth a try.
I don't think we got money for the keys either. Because we
Wait,
had over $100 in keys.
Wait, I think there's some stuff here. No. Wait, go here. Go down.
Go down where?
Down the hatch.
Is that sellable stuff? Oh, jeez. Got it. Is he leaving? You son of a bitch! Nah! This piece of shit.
Clearly, now that I've offered them a worthy sacrifice.
They'll definitely let you live now.
Okay, gentlemen.
Yeah.
How did you get on board? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look what you did!
You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow.
You did this to us!
No! I stay. Okay. Well, son of a bitch. Thank you for the sticker giveaway, friend. Coda, enjoy. I just wanted to sell all the tongues.
Oh, hey, is it your first day too? It's my first day. Is it your first day?
Oh, hey.
Oh, I'm so happy to
Welcome
finally
to
have
your
a
first day on the
job.
job. This is your
All right,
very own
let's get
autopilot
started.
ship, where you will need
All
to
right,
sleep
day
for
one.
the duration of your contract.
Oh, man.
Make yourself at
Oh
home.
my God!
To
I think
complete
that's
the
gonna do
onboarding
it for me,
process, you
gentlemen.
will
Fair.
want to check the instruction
Might have to agree with
manual.
that one.
I've got a super early day at work tomorrow and all that other stuff.
Same, yeah.
Same,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, we know that.
Look, I'm a DJ.
Hey, look at him go.
Oh, did you know that TJ streamed live on Twitch?
Oh my God.
Get out of here.
If you're
Yeah.
a DJ, you should stream live on Twitch.
What? No way. We're just a couple of wild and crazy guys.
Couple wild and
Just
crazy
a couple
guys.
of wild and crazy guys. Oh yeah.
All right. I have an idea. I got an idea.
Jeez. Oh, okay.
Hold
For
on.
the content. For the
Yeah.
content.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
did the
yeah,
DJ like to dip his breadsticks into?
What?
What does the DJ like to dip his
What did the
breadsticks
DJ
into?
like the breadsticks into? What?
Marinara. Nothing? Okay.
Wow.
Where are we going? Why is the maniacal
That
laughter?
was so funny.
Oh, well, that was fun. My turn.
How'd that work for you?
You just landed on the
We
bar.
literally, the ship caught you.
Well, it obviously knows who to keep. I literally went to jump off and the ship caught me.
Oh wait, we don't have a teleporter anymore.
No.
He's really far away.
He's Diz away.
Yeah.
Can I find his body?
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, there he is.
Oh no.
All right, now we're talking. All right, I'm gonna take Baron over here and I'm gonna talk to him about something.
Okay.
All right, Baron, listen. Me and you have been here for a long time, okay? We've been buddies. We've been really trying to find a way to work out our relationship. Now, if you listen to Chinggis, this is the last thing you need to hear.
Oh,
No!
Oh,
No! I'll save you!
Oh my God. It's all so bubbly, I can't hear anything.
Oh.
You can help but sing this. Oh my god, it's like you're drowning in a bathtub. Oh, he's going.
There he goes. Oh, no.
And he's gone.
And he's gone. There
Slenderman, thank you for the follow.
Fine.
That's what Chinggis did to you before there, Flash.
I
He
saw
just
that.
took
He
off,
tried to
left
grab
you
my cord. He
alone.
tried to grab my body and drag me under. I don't
Now
know.
you listen here, you sons of bitches, okay? Just because I wanted to get a little wet with you
Okay.
doesn't mean anything
It doesn't
wrong,
require a whole
okay?
body of water.
It's entirely different.
Okay.
Now listen here. Alright.
Hey, listen.
Okay. All right, listen. Let's
Why
go
wear my
back to the
parachute
drawing
pants? What?
board.
Aaron, what's
We'll
that?
be able to figure this out.
That son of a bitch. Well, that was fun. Holy moly. So, learning all the fun stuff about this. That's pretty groovy. Get us out. Get us out. Ay, caramba. All right, let me make sure that nobody can come in. We want to make sure nobody can come in here. There we go. Solved. Holy moly. No, that was fun. I'm so glad I was able to play with them. Obviously, I don't normally stream on Thursdays, but here we are. Here we are. Thank you guys. Dude, there was a couple of funny ass moments that I had. I'm going to go back and watch clips after stream is done. So that'll be enjoyable. But thank you guys for being here, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, friends. Is that Discord in the chat yours? This one is mine. Yeah, that one's mine. The rest of the socials are there. Yeah. Lethal is always a good time. Yeah, it is ending. Yeah, we're going to end it on the Kick and the YouTube side so we can find somewhere to raid on the Twitch side. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for being here today. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Let me go to Twitch. Let's find out where we're going. I have some late night snacking to do. Almost died from laughing. I'm grateful for all of the perfectly random timed moments that I get. I'm very grateful for that. They happen, like, you're never ready for them. When they happen, it's always a good time. Retro Rewind next time? Maybe. Well, tomorrow's stream, well, I don't know. Maybe I split shift tomorrow's stream. Maybe. Baron singing and you closing the door was, oh my God. I can't wait to go back and watch it. That could be a possibility because we've done the community goal for the Easter event is done. The personal goal is done. I could grind points to upgrade my trophy, which really I'm not that worried about. Like I have a trophy and that's really all I cared about. Upgrading the trophy, I guess I could, but yeah. Tell you what, we're going to do a triple raid. I saw both of them raid the same, so we're going to do the same thing. Playing right now, oh man, Retro Rewind is a good game. Is that a Phasmo ghost cutout behind you? It's quite possible. It may be. Well, friends, let us go raid. Thank you guys so stinking much for all the love today. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in, friends. Thank you for the subs and the biddies and the raids. Appreciate you. We're going to go say hi to a friendo. So, if you're a follower, that's for you. If you're a sub, that's for you. If you're a creepy tier 3, that's for you. We were playing with Mr. Mighty Chingus and Mr. The Bearded Baron tonight. So make sure you're checking them out and hanging out with them. They're such a blast to play with. But they also just raided our friend. So we're also going to go raid our friend and make it a triple raid. Because why the hell not? But thank you guys so much, man. You guys are the freaking best. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow for fun, for shenanigans, for... We'll see. It's either going to be all Faz, or I'd say the odds are that it's going to be Faz and maybe we switch over to Retro Rewind. Unless I find another game. I need to talk to Baron about the granny stream. I got to figure out a day. All right. I love you all. Thank you guys so much. I love your faces. I'll see you later. Bye.